2 weeks in Salem that could change everything. Secrets will finally break free. Alliances will crumble. And one truth, long buried under layers of denial and cover-ups, will erupt with devastating consequences. In the next 2 weeks on Days of Our Lives, from August 18th to August 29th, the courtroom will explode, families will fracture, and love will collide with betrayal. Let's dive into the shocking spoilers and break down what's ahead in Salem. The week of August 18th opens with Salem's courtroom at boiling point. The entire town has its eyes glued to the trial, and the energy inside those 4 walls is electric, tense, suffocating, and ready to explode at any second. Chanel Dupree Demera is called back to the stand, and this time, the cross-examination is brutal. Every detail of her past is dragged under a microscope. The prosecution digs into her choices, trying to portray her as unreliable, unstable, even reckless. Questions are sharp, designed to rattle her confidence and twist her words into something damaging. Chanel knows what's at stake. Her composure is tested as she defends herself, her voice steady even when her heart pounds. Her fiery determination shines through. She's not just protecting herself, but the people she loves. Still, one slip, one shaky answer, could unravel everything. And then comes the moment Salem has been waiting for, closing statements. Belle Black steps forward first. With years of experience behind her, Belle is sharp, relentless, and methodical. She paints a picture of the case in black and white, appealing to logic, evidence, and the jury's sense of justice. Her confidence is undeniable, but beneath her polished argument is a personal edge. Belle is fighting not just as an attorney, but as someone who wants to protect Salem from further chaos. But then, the real shock. Johnny Demera rises to deliver his own closing statement. Representing himself has been a risky gamble from the start, but Johnny believes no one can tell his story better than he can. His words aren't polished like Belle's, they're raw, emotional, and full of conviction. He doesn't argue like a lawyer. He pleads like a son, a man desperate to clear his name. The courtroom falls silent. Jurors lean in, captivated by Johnny's honesty. It could sway them, or it could prove his downfall. Either way, the verdict now teeters on a knife's edge. Outside the courtroom battle, another storm brews, this one inside E.J. Demera's fractured mind. For weeks, months even, his memory of the shooting has been locked away, blurred by trauma and denial. But now, those mental barriers finally begin to crack. It starts as flashes. A shadow in the night, the glint of a gun, a trembling hand. At first, E.J. struggles to piece them together. But then, like floodgates breaking, the images sharpen. The sound of a frightened voice echoes in his ears. And suddenly, the horrifying truth comes into focus. It wasn't Kristen. It wasn't Gabby. It wasn't a Demera rival out for revenge. It was Rachel Black. The revelation leaves E.J. shaken to his core. A child, an innocent soul caught in the storm of adult lies, manipulations, and power struggles. Rachel hadn't meant to shoot him. It was fear, confusion, and tragedy colliding in one terrible moment. But the weight of that truth is crushing. If E.J. speaks, Rachel's life will be ruined. A child branded forever for a crime she never intended to commit. But if he stays silent, Johnny could pay the price, convicted for something he didn't do. For E.J., there is no easy choice. Only heartbreak. His loyalty as a father, his duty as a brother, and his responsibility as a victim all collide in one impossible decision. While E.J. wrestles with his conscience, Kristen Demera pieces the puzzle together on her own. She follows the trail of clues, small details others have ignored, until the truth hits her like a blow. Rachel was the shooter. From that moment, Kristen's every move is driven by pure maternal instinct. Logic, caution, self-preservation, all of it vanishes. All she can think about is saving her daughter from the devastating consequences of the truth. She storms into the courtroom, frantic, wild-eyed, her voice cracking with desperation. In front of everyone, she pleads with EJ. She begs him to stay quiet, to bury the truth. If someone must take the blame, let it be her. She will sacrifice her freedom, her reputation, even her future, if it means shielding Rachel. But Kristen doesn't stop there. Her emotions spiral out of control. She screams, shouts, lashes out at anyone who dares stand in her way. Her carefully constructed mask, the image of the clever, calculating DiMera, shatters before everyone's eyes. Security is forced to step in. Kristen, once untouchable, is physically restrained in front of the entire courtroom. The spectacle shocks Salem. This is no longer strategy, it's pure, unfiltered panic from a mother who knows her daughter's life could be destroyed. And even as she faces arrest, Kristen doesn't give up. She turns to Marlena Evans with one final plea: protect Rachel. Keep her secret safe. Let Kristen carry the burden, even if it costs her everything. The question now is, will Marlena honor that request, or will the truth finally rip its way into the light? The courtroom may have erupted in chaos after Kristen's breakdown, but now the fate of Johnny DiMera rests in the hands of the jury. Normally, jury deliberations happen behind closed doors in a calm, procedural manner. But in Salem, nothing is ever normal. Inside the jury room, tensions are sky high. Every juror carries their own bias, their own fear, their own version of the truth they want to believe. And to make things even more unpredictable, Leo Stark somehow takes the lead in the deliberations. Yes, Leo, mischievous, dramatic, and incapable of subtlety, is presiding over the most important decision of Johnny's life. He cracks jokes when silence is needed, stirs conflict when peace is possible, and toys with the other jurors as if the verdict were just another game. But beneath the antics, Leo has sharp instincts, and he knows how to manipulate a room. Some jurors lean toward conviction. They see Johnny as reckless, impulsive, and far too entangled in DiMera chaos to be innocent. Others sympathize with his passion, his emotional closing statement, and his insistence that he is not the villain here. Hours stretch into an eternity. The tension builds until finally, the verdict is reached. When the jury files back into the courtroom, the silence is suffocating. Every eye in Salem is on them. Johnny's entire future, EJ's rediscovered truth, and Rachel's darkest secret all hang in the balance. When the verdict is read, it doesn't just end a trial, it sends shockwaves through Salem, setting up fallout that no one will be able to escape. While the trial dominates headlines, another battle brews behind closed doors, one just as personal, just as fiery. Stephanie Johnson is livid with her father, Steve Johnson. She knows Steve has taken a job digging into Alex Kuryaki's family business, and she hates every second of it. To Stephanie, this isn't just business, it's personal. Alex is someone she cares about, someone she's building trust with, and Steve's investigation could blow all of that apart. But Steve isn't a man who backs down once he's on a mission. His loyalty to Gabby Hernandez and his own sense of justice keep him locked in. Every file he digs through, every shady detail he uncovers, is another match thrown into Titan's already volatile fire. Stephanie confronts him head-on, her voice sharp with frustration. She demands he stop. But Steve sees things differently. To him, this is about uncovering corruption, about protecting the family legacy from being tainted by dangerous secrets. The clash between father and daughter isn't just professional. It's deeply emotional. Stephanie feels betrayed, torn between her loyalty to Alex and her love for her father. Steve feels misunderstood, convinced he's doing the right thing even if it hurts the people closest to him. Their argument leaves scars, and the question lingers: will this battle over Titan leave their relationship fractured beyond repair? Meanwhile, across Salem, Sarah Horton Kuryakis is drowning in a secret so heavy it could break her. She knows the truth about Sophia Choi's baby boy, Tessero. That child isn't just Sophia's son. He's Brady Black's grandson, a living link to a family Brady believes is slipping away from him. Sarah pushes Sophia to come clean. She begs, pleads, even threatens, telling her it's time to tell Tate, to tell Brady, to tell everyone the truth. But Sophia stands firm, her face cold with fear and defiance. She insists the lie must continue, no matter the cost. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. Brady, sharp-eyed and suspicious, begins to notice the cracks. He sees Sarah and Sophia whispering, arguing, caught in moments of intensity they can't explain. His instincts flare. Something isn't right. When Brady confronts Sarah, the grilling is relentless. His questions cut like knives, his eyes searching hers for the truth. And Sarah? She crumbles inside. Her guilt is unbearable, her heart torn between loyalty to Sophia's confidence and the aching knowledge that Brady deserves to know. As the days pass, the tension grows. Sarah and Brady find themselves drawn closer together, their bond deepening as they navigate heartbreak, betrayal, and shared vulnerability. But every smile they share is haunted. Every tender glance is poisoned by the truth Sarah hides. She knows she's standing on the edge of destruction. If Brady discovers the truth another way, if he learns his grandson has been hidden from him all this time, the fallout will be catastrophic. The question is not if the truth will come out, but when. Far from the chaos of the courtroom, Chad DiMera and Kat Green are trying to build something new, fragile, hopeful, and unexpected. But just as their bond begins to take shape, an unsettling presence threatens to unravel it all. That presence is James, otherwise known as Rafe Hernandez. At first, it seems like harmless confusion. A case of mistaken identity. But soon, Chad's doubts grow darker. Why does Kat seem so drawn to James? Why does Rafe's involvement in their world feel suspicious, almost calculated? Chad has been through enough betrayal in his life to know when something doesn't add up. He can't shake the feeling that Rafe's motives aren't as innocent as they appear. Jealousy gnaws at him, but it's not just about Kat's attention, it's about trust. Can he trust Kat to be honest? Can he trust Rafe to stay out of their lives? The tension simmers in every interaction. A simple conversation becomes loaded with double meanings. A glance between Kat and Rafe feels like a dagger in Chad's back. The more Chad questions, the more Kat feels cornered, as if her budding relationship is being suffocated before it has a chance to grow. This triangle is volatile. One wrong move, one misinterpreted gesture, and Chad and Kat's relationship could crumble before it ever has the chance to truly begin. Meanwhile, in true Salem fashion, seduction becomes just another weapon. And no one wields it more dangerously than Gabby Hernandez. Philip Kuriakis is vulnerable. His defenses are down, his emotions raw, and Gabby sees it instantly. To her, weakness is opportunity. She approaches with charm, with sympathy, with just enough softness to disarm him. Then, slowly, she turns up the heat. Her true goal is power. She wants Titan's secrets, the insider information that could tilt the balance of the corporate battlefield. Gabby knows how to press Philip's buttons, when to comfort, when to tease, when to let her hand linger just long enough to blur the line between business and pleasure. At first, it's all strategy. But passion is unpredictable, and soon the line vanishes completely. What starts as manipulation ignites into something real, something fiery. Gabby and Philip cross that dangerous boundary, giving in to desire. When they end up in bed together, the fallout is immediate and unavoidable. For Philip, it could mean heartbreak when he realizes Gabby's true intentions. For Gabby, it could be a dangerous gamble, gaining more power inside Titan, or losing everything if Philip turns against her. This isn't just a fling. It's a ticking time bomb. And when it explodes, the consequences will shake both the Kuriakis and DiMera empires to their core. So as Salem marches through the next 2 weeks, every corner of the city is bracing for impact. In the courtroom, Kristen DeMera's desperation shatters her carefully guarded mask. E.J. DeMera finally uncovers the devastating truth about his own shooter. And a child's mistake threatens to tear apart multiple families forever. Beyond the trial, love and loyalty are being tested everywhere. Stephanie battles her father's stubborn crusade. Sarah hides a truth that could destroy Brady. Chad fights shadows of doubt in his heart. And Gabby risks everything in a dangerous game of seduction and power. The real shooter may have been revealed, but the fallout is only beginning. Secrets will be exposed, hearts will be broken, and Salem itself will never be the same. Stay tuned, because Days of Our Lives is about to unleash shockwaves that no one can escape.